Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Joanna McDonald of Jo's Healthy Cupboard, and this morning I'm going to be sharing with you my 11-week marathon plan. I just want to say before I start that I am not a personal trainer, so please seek advice if you're going to run a marathon. This is just what I'm doing, and I'm already a runner. I'm not starting from scratch. So again, seek proper advice, and this is just to share with you what I'm doing and perhaps to give some inspiration to other people who are also in a similar situation to myself. So I have a marathon that I'm running in 12 weeks, but I'm kind of not counting the last week because that's like a tailor down week. And it's on the 24th of February, and it's a trail run, which is something I've never done before. I've done one marathon in 2011, and that was in Rome. I've been wanting to do another marathon for ages, but I finally just plucked up the courage to sign up for this. It's slightly over a marathon, it's 27 miles, and I am really excited but also quite nervous. So I'm going to share with you 5 things that I think are really important when you are planning a marathon, especially in quite a short period of time. And these are what I did last time. So the last time I signed up for a marathon, it was probably a little bit more time. I signed up in the November and the marathon was in the March, so I had a little bit longer. But I am confident that I can do this, and I'm just going to crack on with sharing these tips with you. So the very first thing is obviously to make a plan. You cannot run 27 miles without a plan. Categorically not going to happen if you just wing it, if you just run when you can and hope for the best. I did a lot of research when I did my first marathon in terms of different plans, different things that people recommended, how to do it, what distances to run, etc., etc. So what I've done is adapted what worked for me before and fitted it into my life now. So the first thing, as I said, is make a plan. This is my plan. So I've mapped it all out in weeks, as you can see, all the way up to the marathon, which is on the 24th of February. So each week starts and goes across the way. And what works for me is to space the runs out and not overrun. There's lots of marathon programs out there, but for me, this is what is going to work. So yeah, make a plan, count down in weeks. You've got to run when it works for you, to be honest. Like for me, running in the morning is the only time. I'm not going to run in the evening. It's just not going to work for me at all. It has to be the morning, and I'm really fortunate that I work from home 3 days a week on my own business, so I can fit my runs in during the week and it doesn't have to eat into my weekends with my family. So make your plan work for you if you're doing one, and count down the weeks in the same similar type way. Because number 2, which I'm going to go on to now, is make sure you run at least 20 miles prior to your marathon, which a standard marathon is 26.2 miles. This one's slightly longer, it's a trail run. But from everything I have read is that you need to get to be able to run 20 miles. The last 6 are often in the head. In fact, I would say they're all in the head. But you want to make sure that you have enough time to reach that distance, because it is about the distances. For me, I'm not running to speed. I'm not being competitive with myself. My last marathon I did in 3 hours 41. I seriously doubt I will beat that because that was a long time ago. But, you never know. But yeah, you need to get to 20 miles. So how I've done that is break it down by increasing my mileage my long run by 2 miles per week, which takes me up to, my longest run is 22 miles, and that is 2 weeks before the marathon date. And I have managed to fit in sort of 3 runs that are 19, 21 and 22 miles. So that will take me to a point where my mind can then get me to the finish line. And again, for me, I have spaced my runs out. I'm not going to overrun. I'm going to do 3 runs a week, maybe 4 some weeks, but those will be a 6-7 mile run, a 3 to 5 mile run, and then my long run, which increases incrementally each week. So yeah, that's the second thing. Get up to 20 miles. Make sure you've got enough time to build that up. Whether you're starting from scratch or whether you're already a runner, you need to be able to get to that distance. So the third thing was space them out, which is what I have just kind of mentioned already, which is not running. It just means don't run like 8 miles one or 10 miles one day and then try and run like 17 the next. Like for me, that just would not work. Maybe that does work for other people, but I've spaced mine out. So my runs are a 6-7 mile on a Monday, rest on a Tuesday, 3 to 5 on a Wednesday, rest on a Thursday, and then my long run on a Friday. And then if I feel like I need a little short one in between, I will do that. But I would say space them out and don't overkill the miles. Unless you're obviously a professional athlete and you're doing it for speed and all of those things, then seek professional help. So the fourth thing is get the right kit for your running, because you may think it doesn't matter, it doesn't make any difference. It really does. When you get up to these distances, you need really good trainers that fit your feet and style of running. You need clothing that doesn't rub. I would not recommend shorts, for example, because there's chafing, plus I'm running in Scotland, it's cold, so I like a 3/4 length legging. That works for me. And I want to say granny pants, but comfortable pants. You're not going to be running in a thong, because that just would not be fun. A good sports bra. I will need trail running shoes. I've never run in those before, so if you have a recommendation, please send it to me. I haven't yet got a pair. The other thing I plan to get is a camel pack, which is a running water pack, because when I did my last marathon, I ran with a little, it was like a little round water bottle, which was fine, but it meant I had to carry it all the time. Again, you need to practice your runs with these, whatever things you're taking with you and wearing, you need to do runs in them before. Don't buy a new pair of trainers and run a marathon in those new trainers. That is not going to be a pleasurable experience whatsoever. So yeah, any additional kit you need, make sure you get that in advance so you can run in it, with it, whatever, beforehand, and you're all comfortable with that. And the fifth and final thing is sort out your nutrition. I'm not going to tell you what to eat. Like, obviously everyone's different. When I ran my first marathon, I did not really have a clue. I was not nearly as clued up on nutrition. I had a different diet. I drank more. I don't drink that often now, and I will really be limiting my alcohol intake. That is something for me that, when you're running, you don't want to put any more pressure on your body, and drinking alcohol is going to dehydrate you. It's going to make, it just does so many things to your body. You don't want to be running if you're drinking a lot. And this is over Christmas, I'm training, so I will be very, very much limiting my alcohol intake, eating plenty of carbohydrates, slow release carbohydrates. I like things like porridge before I run. If I'm doing a short run, I don't eat before I run, because I find that it just gives me indigestion and a stitch. But for long runs, I will eat porridge before a run, and I will carry something to drink. So I will put hydration sachets in my water. In 2011, when I did my marathon, it was honey, but I would definitely use hydration now. I use Arbonne's Phytosport, which I'm used to using. It's brilliant. It keeps my electrolytes where they should be. And yeah, I need that because my body goes through water very quickly. Don't think that's a technical thing, but it doesn't work for me. I will be replenishing with, when I stop running, I often find my stomach is still moving. So I would have something like a protein shake. Again, I use vegan protein, pea protein, which is easy to digest. And that, when you're running those distances, your muscles do need protein to repair. So I will be having those additional protein shakes. My food, again, I'm vegetarian, almost vegan, so I eat a lot of vegetables and fruit and healthy carbohydrates. So yeah, get your nutrition sorted out and figure out what you can drink and eat whilst running, because you probably will need something to keep you going. Again, in 2011, I used jelly beans. I will not be using jelly beans. I will probably use protein bars just broken up into little bits, or dates, mature dates. Fantastic. So that's my marathon plan. It's so soon. I'm really excited and also really nervous, but it's an amazing achievement to feel like you've run that distance, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who has the desire to do it, and the time to train, and obviously seek professional training plan if you're new to this. And I really look forward to catching up with you soon. I will keep you updated on my progress, and have a wonderful rest of the week. Bye.